Hello, here's an update on what we need to know about the Ukraine crisis at the moment. Antony Blinken, the Secretary of State, said the USA is not, in fact, pursuing regime change, despite what the president said. Biden called Putin a butcher. He's right. Of course, he's absolutely right, but it's not his place to say this. And President Macron is quite right today. He said that it was wrong, or at least he implied that it was wrong, of Biden and certainly senior diplomats to inflame the conflict in Ukraine. And I think we should be heartened that in-person talks are now going to resume this week, according to news from Turkey and to things that have been said by Vladimir Medinsky, the Russian negotiator. We actually believe these talks are going to resume in Turkey. And for once, I think the spokesperson for the Kremlin, Peskov, is quite correct. Inflammatory language, he says, by Western leaders narrows the window of opportunity for normalizing dialogue so much needed now. He is right. And like all passive-aggressive behavior, Putin's, those people who are managing, who are manifesting this passive behavior, this passive-aggressive behavior, Putin's thugs, must be rubbing their hands in satisfaction at this peculiar and bizarre victory that they have personally manufactured. They have driven Mr. Biden to undiplomatic and foolish language. Now, what else is happening? There is apparently going to be a referendum in the Luhansk region. Well, it's denied by the separatist leader, Leonid Pashnik. He says that he's certainly not thinking that this is something that a referendum is something that has been prepared. But we are told by other sources that a referendum has been prepared for the people in this area of the Donbass to vote for their independence from Kiev, to divide the Ukraine in two, which is what Ukrainian officials pointed out this lunchtime. They said this is what Putin's regime is planning. Now, why do they call it a referendum? Why do the Kremlin thugs call it a referendum? Why don't they just come clean and follow Hitler and Mussolini and call it a plebiscite? A plebiscite. The people will rubber stamp this savagery. But although I would. Although I would downplay it a little bit, and although I would disapprove of it deeply, it signals a possible political sleight of hand for bringing this war to a resolution. And at the moment, any sort of hints that people in the Kremlin are looking at an endgame must be good. Even if the endgame is not entirely desirable in its present form, the Putin people are looking towards a way of finishing this, a way of stopping this. And if there's a way of saving face, of saving Mr. Putin's bacon, then that will also save our bacon as well. It's a good thing. But to divide Ukraine into a North and South Ukraine, like a North and South Korea, this is not a positive thing. But is that the price we have to pay for peace? I don't know. We in the West, I think, acted too late. There was enough chatter for us to know exactly what Mr. Putin intended, and he told us what he intended. We just didn't take it seriously enough. And Mr. Putin acted because he saw a vacuum at the top. He saw a dithering US president. He saw a distracted British Prime Minister. He saw a French president more interested in his next election. He saw a German administration which hadn't quite got its feet under the table with the departure of the extraordinarily powerful Merkel. And maybe it's Mrs. Merkel who can preside over a proper peace negotiation. Maybe she is the person who is waiting in the wings to take control of the situation. After all, she and Putin speak the same language. They both speak a language that Mr. Putin can understand. So there we are. That's an update for today. There may be a few more later on today, but anyway, please follow the channel, ring the bell. See you later.